How can I get motivated was the question one of the attendees asked at a seminar I gave recently on goal setting and motivation. And he said, of course I asked him, tell me more about this. He said, well, I'm in a job I don't like, working for a guy who's a pain in the butt. And I don't really like what I'm doing. I'm staying up till midnight watching TV or playing games. I'm sleeping in late. I'm not taking care of myself. And he said, I'm just trying to get motivated. And I'm hoping somebody can come by and just really fire me up. And I said, well, what if somebody doesn't? And he looked at me with a puzzled look on his face. So let me share a story with you, because when I was 20 years old, I was also looking for motivation. And I spoke to a friend of mine where I was stationed in the Air Force a million years ago. And I said, what do you do? And he said, Neil, listen, I know you've come from a challenging background as a child, grew up on welfare, ran away from home, all that stuff. And he said, but unfortunately, that's in the past. He said, the rest of your life, you're 20 years old, the rest of your life is your responsibility. So you have to decide what you do, how you're going to live, how you're going to feel. And he said, that's all within your control. And that day, I set up a goals program to start working out for half an hour every day for 30 days. That's the key when you set a limit on it. Not one of these days I'll work out, but I set up a program for 30 days. No matter what the weather was, I was going to go exercise for at least 30 minutes. I started jogging and walking. And then within about 3 weeks, I could run a little bit more and didn't have to walk as much, and then jog a little bit more. And it was amazing. Within 6 months, I dropped 30 pounds and won my first running race in Italy. So here's my point to you. If you're trying to get motivated, find something that really gets you started to really start thinking about, how do I feel? How can I have more energy? How can I feel better about myself? And if you're in a job that's a dead end, don't leave yet. Go find something else. Find something that you love. And so when I talked to these folks at the seminar, I said, if you could wave a magic wand and find the ideal job, what does it look like? Write it down. Write down the key aspects of that job. What would you like to do? And when you put that on paper and then you start thinking about it, all of a sudden, with the law of attraction, you bring these things into your life. So if you're in a rut, get out of it. And there are ways to do that. If you don't like what you're doing, go do something else. But don't quit until you find something else, because the rest of your life is in your hands. It doesn't matter what you came from. Get off the pity party. Design some new goals and get fired up, because the next 40 years are going to fly by and you're going to have so much fun compared to the last couple years that you've been in a rut. So never give up. Always have goals. Think about what you want, not what you don't want. Think about what you want in life. And share your story with me. Thank you.